Hey guys, hope your week is going great. I was tagged by Miranda to do a challenge where I pick a favorite movie from a certain genre, and I had a tough time trying to come up with a bunch of titles, but I went through my collection and I grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 different genres to pick from, and I picked 10 titles that I wouldn't say they're my favorites, but they're the ones that I enjoy. I don't really have favorite movies. I have a lot of favorite movies. So first up is action. Everyone usually picks like Die Hard, Commando, anything with Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis. I went with the classic that got remade a couple years ago. This is the original. From 1991, I picked Point Break with Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves. I really enjoy this film, especially the scene where they're wearing those presidential masks when they rob the bank. But yeah, I'm hoping they re-release this. This is just a regular, like, nothing major about it, but it's Blu-ray, so hopefully I get a re-release of this soon. Next up is adventure. Again, I have so many great adventure flicks like The Goonies, Indiana Jones. I wanted to pick something a little out of the ordinary, so I went with a film from 2015 that I really enjoyed. It's an action film as well, but it's also an action adventure. I picked Turbo Kid. This is a really, really bizarre film. I'd recommend it to anybody. If you've seen it, I'd like to hear your thoughts. It is really over the top, kind of like Mad Max, BMX type deal together, but I really enjoyed this film. This is a Canadian and New Zealand film. Animation. I had to pick a classic from my childhood. I have so many to choose from, but this one really stood out. I watched this at my grandmother's house, like, I don't know, at least once a week. My uncle had the VHS of it, and this is the Blu-ray DVD combo of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, I know this one is edited because there's a certain scene in here where Donald and Mickey are dueling at pianos, and you can't tell, you can clearly tell what he's saying, but I'll leave it at that. But this is probably the edited version, so definitely enjoy this one, guys. Comedy. I have so many favorite comedies, it's ridiculous. Like, I was gonna pick Mallrats or Clerks, or, you know, just about any comedy out there, but I went ahead and had to go with one that I actually heard the soundtrack before I just watched the movie. It is from 1989, you guys. It is UHF from Weird Al Yankovic. Also starring Michael Richards, Victoria Jackson, Kevin McCarthy, and David Bowie. Directed by Jay Levy. This was a really fun watch, guys. If you haven't seen this, definitely watch it, and then you understand why I mean if I ask you guys if you want a wiener sandwich. Comic book. Again, I have so many favorites. I just randomly pulled this one out because it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I really enjoyed it. This is the Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire. I enjoyed the first film and the second film. The third, not so much. But either one or two, number one or number two, I would pick definitely for sure. Drama. I watched this a couple of months back. I really enjoyed it, so I figured I'd pick it for today's video. It is a film from 1999. This is the Criterion release. It is The Virgin Suicides. That's definitely a beautiful film. Directed by Sofia can never say their last name right, Coppola. You got James Woods, Kathleen Turner, Kirsten Dunst, Josh Hartnett, Scott Glenn, Michael Paré, and Danny DeVito in this film. It is narrated by Giovanni Ribisi. So if you guys haven't seen this, I definitely recommend it. Horror is definitely my favorite genre. Unfortunately, I can't pick a favorite. I want to pick a thriller for this one. It does have horror elements to it, and it's a film that not everyone it never comes to mind when you think horror, but it is definitely a horror film if you've seen this film. It is from 1976. It is called The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane, with a very, very, very young Jodie Foster, Martin Sheen, who else we got in here? Alexis Smith, Mark Schumann, and Scott Jacoby. I definitely recommend you guys give this a watch. It's a very creepy film. It's only rated PG, but it's definitely you would rate it something a lot more harder, like an R, maybe an R. Definitely not PG-13. I would definitely rate it an R from today's standards. Romance. I'm not a big romance kind of guy, but I picked the one film that I do enjoy. It is a romantic comedy. What year is this from again? 2012. It's almost 2 hours long. I saw this in the theater and I really enjoyed it. It stars Ryan Reynolds, Isla Fisher, Abigail Breslin, Elizabeth Banks, and Rachel Weisz. It is definitely a maybe. Again, I really enjoyed this film. It's kind of it is a little bit of a tearjerker here and there, but it's definitely something I enjoyed. So definitely recommend that if you guys enjoy romantic comedies. Sci-fi is another genre that I absolutely love, and I had to pick an H.P. Lovecraft film because I really enjoy Cthulhu and that whole aspect of that. So I picked a film from 2002 that I really enjoyed. It is from Stuart Gordon. Rest in peace, good sir. It is Dagon. This is definitely a beautifully shot film, and I love all the special effects in here. The kills are great as well. Takes place in a decrepit fishing village of Mboka. It first appears to be deserted, but there's a lot going on in the shadows and underneath it all. So I definitely recommend this, guys. Dagon, H.P. Lovecraft. Westerns are definitely not my thing, but I do like some Western horror, Western comedies. When Western comedies come to mind, you think Blazing Saddles or A Million Ways to Die in the West. Both great films. I have them in my collection, but I wanted to pick a modern Western for this one. This is from 2015. I went ahead and picked Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, Sid Haig, and Bone Tomahawk. I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, I'm not a big Western guy, but this is a great film. This is put out by RLJ. Well, RLJE now is what it would be called. David Arquette is also in this. Matthew Fox. Sid Haig's only in it for a little while, but yeah, he is right there. So those are my picks, Miranda. I hope you've seen some of these and some that inspired you to watch. Definitely a mixed bag here. Let's hold that up to the thing here. So I definitely enjoyed this challenge, and it made me think. And feel free to tag me in and anything like that, and I'll be more than happy to share my favorites with you guys. So once again, thanks for the tag. More videos to come. I watched some out today. I'm still waiting on a few packages, so keep watching, keep liking, commenting is also great. I enjoy you when you guys talk to me. So take care, stay safe, always happy hunting out there. You never know what you'll find, and I will catch you all guys later. Bye.